All right, let's bring this guy out. Get some weight on here. It's been a good day. I've been going non-stop since 7 in the morning. Haven't taken a break. I went out to go pick up this desk today, and in the meantime, I realized the person I picked it up from lived just down the block from where I grew up as a kid. So, like I just said, I didn't take a break, but I took a break and I went for a walk around the neighborhood. And I went and was doing some calisthenic stuff on the playground that I grew up around. So like when I was 3 years old, 5 years old, so some of my earliest memories are on this playground structure. And oh, I also had a very interesting moment where I was doing the human flag. You grab a bar, your body goes out horizontally, and I posted it on Instagram today. But after I was done, I turn around and there's a row of kids, like 7 kids. They were all playing baseball, and they all stopped what they're doing and they're all watching me do this stuff. And then the second that I finished, they're like, "Oh my God, how'd you do that?" And they all ran up and they were all trying to do the human flag on this pole. And some of them actually got pretty close. Like they didn't know what they're doing, but they were like grabbing it to their chin. They were like grab the pole like this and try to take their legs out behind them. And that was pretty cool. And then got back in my truck a few minutes later, walked back, checked out the back lane, checked out to where I grew up, get back in my truck, and there's still one kid by himself trying to do the human flag. That was a good day. I should probably move this further away from this desk. You know what? That doesn't matter. All right, let's do this set. I can't tell if my camera's in focus or not. I'm a little bit far away. Spent 45 minutes on the stationary bike before this. The other day, I melted my stationary bike, the insides. I've moved, and I've been using the wrong power cord. The power cord for my electric massager fits my stationary bike, but it has a 25-volt output where my stationary bike takes 9. And so as I've been using it, it's fried the electronics inside my stationary bike. And it could be worse. The biggest problem is that I can't change the resistance. But normally what happens is when I turn the thing off, the resistance goes back down to 0. Instead, it stopped at about a little bit higher than mid resistance. It's like in an awkward phase. It's not enough to really push myself as hard as possible, and it's too much to just relax on the bike and pump some blood through my legs. So it's enough just to get a little bit of an exercise in. I got the farmer's tan going on. I even burnt my neck. I was at the border yesterday working on setting the alignment for a semi-truck access route. Grab my water. I've been too busy to really stream this week. I've still been exercising. I just haven't had the time to set everything up, get in front of the camera, and have that leisure. All right, so I'll do another set of, actually I shouldn't put these on. I'll do another set of my warm-ups. Tomorrow will be chest. About an hour and a half ago, I picked up my new setup for the workout room. So tomorrow I'm going to put that together, and hopefully I will be able to have my chest workout in my workout room rather than in my living room. But this weekend I want to do some deadlifts. I might do some deadlifts today. If I don't do them tonight, I will do the deadlifts sometime later this weekend. I just want to do 315 and just get some volume in. No, nothing too hard, just next set. Today, my squats, I might go up to 250. We'll see. It's Friday. Been a tough week, but relatively rewarding. All right, let's start by just adding 50 pounds. Oh. So this will bring us up to 175 pound squats. Honestly, I'm feeling a little rickety today. Oh. Oh. I gotta stretch more. That's what I gotta do. Maybe tomorrow I will do a chest stream and then I'll do some stretching afterwards. Oh. Bah, 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 bah. Uh, Yeah, one thing that's funny is this floor isn't 100% level. And when I put my squat rack on, I can see my weight is pushing, it's just rolling forward just a little bit. All right, next set. Ooh. Let's get some music for myself that's got a little bit more beat to it, or at least something that's got tips. Anyways, that song's over now. I'm out of water. I'm gonna go grab some. Cheers. I'm feeling the music tonight. It's been a quiet night, but I'm here having fun. It's been a good day. I got all the music I could ask for. All right, next set. My intent is to go up to 250-pound squats a day, maybe do some deadlifts, get some quad isolation, some hamstrings, some calves, maybe do some deadlifts. We'll see. I want to do deadlifts this weekend, but I haven't got anything planned out except for chest and stretching tomorrow. All right. All right. Let's add another 50. Yeah, what's funny is my hips and my like lower back and all like the core right above my hips is a little bit tired today, or at least for this workout, from doing the human flag on a playground earlier. I probably spent a good 10 minutes just doing human flags, doing different pulling, just playing around, whatever I could think of. And I was just thinking to myself, why am I a little bit tight? And I'm like, oh yeah, that's why. That was a slow waltzy type song. It wasn't a waltz though. I gotta find something that has more beat to it. Dragos Mugarel, how's it going? It's been a tough week, but I've been having a good day. Been going nonstop. I'm here. I'm having fun. I got the music. I'm just happy to cruise, happy to jam. Ah, well, hopefully you're able to get that taken care of soon. I remember when I worked in construction, and a couple times this summer I would get a particle of dust or construction debris in my eye, and then it's just hours of washing it out and actually having to reach in there and physically remove it. It was yeah. As soon as you start messing with your eyes, it's just thinking about it. You're making my eyes water, dude. Oh, you got like, what's going on? Is it like a sty? Have you did you scrape it? You have some sort of hmm. Yeah, I really it's on me that I haven't taken the time to really learn all the features when it comes to streaming. And if you're watching me, like my eyes are watering. My I got phantom pains right now. As soon as people start talking about their eyes, I start my eyes start watering. Um, but it's on me that I haven't taken the time to learn how to do a lot of things. Um, but at the same time, with what I'm doing now, I am getting basically everything I need out of streaming. I'm just happy to be here, lift my weights, have music on, just jamming when no one's talking to me. But when people are, I'm happy to sit here and chat. For me, the gym was always as much a social aspect of my life as anything else. And now that the gyms are just gone, um, this is the next best thing, and it's doing what I need it for. Yeah, you too. Stay safe. Um, Here in Canada, as of today, I have the availability to sign up for my second vaccine shot. And when I went to sign up, it's I searched like anything that's available. I looked at every institution or every location that's pumping people through, and nothing is available. And then I found out as of Thursday, Canada is only receiving half the Pfizer shots that they were expecting. So now there's going to be delays all the way through July. And I was hoping to be vaccinated by my birthday in July, but who knows right now. But I'm curious, what kind of things would you do you have in mind for the stream? Hey Lisa, how's it going? I got my weights on here. I I've had a good day. I've had a busy day. Like right from 7 a.m. It's it's what time is it? It's that time, almost midnight, and I picked up this desk today. And in the process, I realized that the person that I picked it up from lived just a couple blocks from the house that I grew up in when I was just like a little baby. So my earliest memories are at this house from when I was like 3 years old, 5 years old. I moved out of there in grade two, and so I went for a walk there. I like there's a little circle. I was like looking at this. I was looking at the grass, like this little grass circle. I'm remembering this is where I learned how to do cartwheels. Then I walked around the back, and there's a playground back there. And I posted on Instagram where I'm doing the human flag on this playground, and like some of my earliest memories are there. And after I was done, there was a group of kids throwing around a baseball that I didn't see when I was doing that. And I finished it. I turn around, I look, and they're all just stand there, leaning over top of a little railing, looking at me, and they're like, "Wow, how'd you do that?" Like, and then so there's like seven kids just jump on the playground, and they're all trying to do this human flag. And it was the cutest thing ever. They were just grabbing through, like they're trying to like maybe grab it this way and trying to get their legs out. And one of them actually got pretty darn close. Um, And so I gave him some pointers, and then I moved on, walked around the block a bit, right, got in the truck, and as I was driving by, there was one kid who was still there practicing it by himself. I thought that was pretty cool. You want some push-ups with my feet on the wall? Um, I'm not exactly set up for that right now. Let me do my next set, and then I'll have some break in between. Tomorrow, though, tomorrow is going to be chest, and so chest and shoulders, and I'm going to have my workout room set up. Right now, I'm in my living room. Tomorrow, I will be in my workout room, and I should be able to do handstand push-ups there. Yeah, but I'm going to do my next set. Make sure this is going to stay. Grab a drink of water. Yeah, tomorrow it's going to be chest and then stretching. I want to do some deadlifts this weekend. I might do them tonight. I might do them Sunday. How are you? How are you doing though? I don't think you've been here since. Well, welcome to my new place. This is my living room. I got a fireplace behind me. I got a balcony out here. Um, it hasn't exactly panned out the way I hoped. I could not get my desk into the workout room, so I bought a mobile laptop stand, which is what I'm gonna use to stream off of, and it's a little bit small. I can't quite get my bench press in there, but I'm hoping to use the squat rack and my travel bench to do bench press. Um, but let's go next set. I'm a little bit stiff today from doing the human flag on the playground. I had a lot of fun, but I'm just a little bit tight in my lower back. And for my first couple sets, I was thinking, what's going on? And I'm testing it, and then finally, like, it just clicked. Oh yeah, that's what happened. Okay, now I know. My lower back isn't moving the way I want it to. That feels a lot harder than it should right now. Okay, safe. Oh no, my camera. Why? Why? Camera's up here right now. It focuses really good on my calluses though when it's there we go. Yeah, so there's several things that didn't quite work out with this apartment. First, I don't have a door that I can continue to use my old pull-up system on. Instead, I have this, which is my pull-up rack. But at the same time, I was hoping to do one arm pull-up, or I was hoping to do muscle-ups on it, but it doesn't work out because I can't put my body in the right form because there's bars in front of it and it stops me from hollowing out my body. You're supposed to like hollow out your body and almost loop up over top. My music has just gotten weird. I need something to. Oh, this is good. I like this. I've been going for 50 minutes so far. It's really just felt like I've been dancing for 50 minutes with occasionally doing weights. And realistically, that's what I've been doing. But that's just a good time. My hair is starting to get a little long. It's in my face. I think I'm only going to do one more set of squats. My lower back is just tight. And realistically, I should have probably done some more mobility exercises just to warm up. But c'est la vie. C'est la vie. Yeah, I've been so busy lately that I haven't been able to stream all my workouts. Actually, between sets right now, I'm gonna bring out this bad boy. This will help. I think this will help me get my lower back moving properly. Do some back extensions. See if I can set this thing up properly. It's not going through. Get in your hole. Don't you want to go in your home? Or how's that Forrest? No, not Forrest. How does that? Well, I can't remember that. Adam Sandler, where he's the golfer. I'm sort of hesitant. I'm not sure I want to mess around with my camera at all. I need a shave. That'll be a tomorrow thing. Yeah. I'm gonna take a few more minutes. I think I'm gonna do another set of back extensions before I do any more squats. All right. More back extensions. Nothing crazy. I'm just trying to get some mobility. Right now, I'm using these for my lower mid back. Later, I'm going to use them for my glutes. Soggy waffle, 236. I don't know what my max squat is right now. I've been doing more volume. Back before the gyms closed, I was doing 315 for sets of 10. But I actually don't know what my max squat or I don't know what my max anything is right now. I have the standard weights, and it's a little bit difficult to actually load these things up without risking actually breaking the bars. Echelon! I melted my stationary bike by being a little bit silly. So that electric massager I have a Twitch highlight where I pretend to be Chewbacca and put the thing on my chest and and vibrate while I try to imitate Chewbacca. But that has the exact same cord as my stationary bike, and I got them mixed up. But what happened is that electric massager has an output of 25 volts, where the one for my stationary bike has an output of 9 volts. And I put the 25 volts on the 9 volts, and after using it for about 40 minutes straight, it melted all the electronics inside my stationary bike. The thing started smoking. Smoke was coming up out of the air. I'm like, I'm smelling smoke. Oh, why is my display off? And then, oh wait, I got no function here. And it could have been worse. I can still use this stationary bike. I can't change the resistance. I can't plug the thing in or it'll start to smoke, even when I put it back to the old cord. But the resistance I have on there isn't heavy enough to really push myself as far as possible, but it's not light enough to just move my legs and get some blood flow through my legs. So it's somewhere in the middle, and I made some phone calls. My stationary bike to rebuy it would be $1,000, but it looks like I can order a control board and then have somebody install it for me. So instead of spending $1,000, I might spend like $100. Aurora Lexi, how's it going? Also, thanks for the follow, Soggy Waffle, as well as Aurora. Oh, there goes. No, why? Stay in focus. So I'm gonna do one more set of these back extensions. I was doing the human flag earlier today, and I was like doing the human flag where I was bringing my torso up and down, and my mid and lower back is actually a little bit stiff from it right now, and it's really limiting my squats right now. So I'm trying to just get it moving properly. But let's get rid of this guy here. This is my toy there. No, I think my stationary bike is a Health Rider. I know it's HR25X or something. I don't know. Yeah, but it's been a good day. I picked up this desk today. This table, anyways. This is going to be a desk for a computer. But I picked this up, realized the person I got it from lived about a block away from where I grew up as a kid, and I walked around the old haunts back from my earliest memories. And it's been a busy day. I haven't stopped moving since 7 a.m. It's after midnight. But next set, this will probably be my last one for right now. And then after I've done this, I'm gonna find a better song. I need something that's got a beat. This thing's too mellow, too smooth. Doesn't really pump me up that much, but all right. Next set. My hair is getting long. Not my best, but let's get this down safely. I said I was going to change the song. Something with more beat. I've actually been enjoying this stream. I've just been dancing for over an hour with working out in between. I said I was going to find something with a beat, but this one doesn't have the beat, but it's got the flow that will suit me just fine right now. I'll assume that's Foxy. Yeah, I got some farmer's tan going on. I got some redneck going on. I got a little bit too much sun yesterday. I was I got an emergency call to head out right near the border. I'm in Canada, traveled down to the Canadian-American border, and I laid out an access route for some semi-truck trailers. All right, now I'm going to get something with beat because this one's nice and smooth too, but Let's put away the weight. I'm trying to put this away without breaking anything or any mishaps. I don't have a lot of room here to do very much fancy foot stuff without starting to kick things. You know what? I think I'm gonna go straight to deadlifts right now. While I have the camera set up like this, I'll do deadlifts, then I'll do quads, hamstrings, calves. Easy. Now let's just get this guy right out of here because I'm not going to be using him anymore today. Ads. All right. Let's get this guy in frame. Preferably I'm going to try to move this here. Let's get it here. Let's try to. Oh, that's not working. That's not terrible. You can tell I'm as soon as I get my full body on the camera, I want to start using my legs. But I don't have enough room to do it comfortably. I got this much space here. I got bar in front of me. I got weights behind me. Anyways. It's moving around too much because I don't have it screwed off. All right. I'll start with 200 pounds. I did some. Oh, I got a little bit of workout brain suddenly. My mind feels a little bit fatigued out of nowhere. My busy day has finally caught up with me. Perfect. So I think I'm still going to do deadlifts on Sunday. Today I'm just going to do a little bit. I got 170. I got 195 pounds of, no, I got 200 pounds on the bar right now. And I think I'm going to stop at 315 today. The hardest part is going to be putting the weight down softly, as well as this is a low bar deadlift. So even though I got 200 pounds on the bar, it's like an inch or two closer to the ground than what you'd get on an Olympic bar. So it changes the entire exercise. It, like, as you come down, this is where I normally reach. I gotta come a little bit forward to get low enough to reach the bar. What's your cat's name? I had a cat from when I was 20, or from when I was 3 till when I was 27. And when I got the cat, it was already a year old. And I had a funny story where I had a crush on somebody until one day we were at camp and she made fun of my cat's name, and that was it. My cat's name was Windy. Fluffy. That's pretty close to Windy. All right. Oh, I forgot what weight this was. I was expecting it to be heavy, and I braced myself and I started pushing. I'm like, oh, wait, this is light. Okay. I wasn't ready for that. I was preparing myself to lift a heavier weight there. And I almost jerked at the top because it went up so easy. I had to stop and catch myself before I screamed the rest of the way up. Easy. The hardest part was on my hands. Well, I appreciate the views, Fluffy. All right, so how much more weight do I got to add? I've got another 100 pounds here. No, how much more weight do I got? Jeez. I got 100. I can't math right now, you guys. I'm not going to think about it too much. I can either stay at this weight, get a bunch of volume in, or I can just raise the weight a little bit. I'm going to raise by 50 pounds. And then I'll raise it by another 50. And then I think I'll call it a night for the deadlifts. Some of my weights are starting to fall apart here. These little bits of strap on my carpet. I'm going to have to vacuum after I'm done. Oops. Running low on water. I'm going to go fill this up. I will be right back. Another 20 seconds. 20. 50. All right. Next set. Ah, no, wasn't ready. Now I'm ready. You have two cats. Um, Interesting enough, I actually started off with two cats. Um, there was, holy crap, I just remembered. So I started off with Windy and I started off with Fluffy. I actually had two cats, and Fluffy was originally mine. I couldn't remember the cat's name for a while now. I've been thinking about it, but it was Fluffy. And Fluffy was originally mine, and Windy was my sister's. But Windy would start to sleep. Like I was able to coax Windy into sleeping in my bed, and so I sort of just took my sister's cat and gave her mine, and that was that. All right, let's add another 50 pounds. This is 300 pounds. I almost got the hair to be a headbanger. I got a nice, healthy neck. And I don't know if I explicitly mentioned this, but on the low bar, 300 pounds deadlift does not feel like a 300-pound deadlift. It feels like a lot more. Every inch that you lower the bar that you have to pick it up from greatly increases the difficulty. And it's not just the fact that the lift itself gets harder. Well, it is, but what also happens is typically most people, myself included, don't train our neurological patterns for a low bar deadlift. The one that we have ingrained in ourselves is either the sumo or the standard deadlift. And your body just gets used to it, you get in the right form, you get in the right position, everything's tight, okay, now squeeze and lift. While the whole starting position in a low bar deadlift is completely different. And if you're a little bit uncomfortable, you can hurt yourself just like you can on any other deadlift. All right, where'd my water go? So I figure I'll probably work out for another half an hour or so. I'll probably do 2 sets of this. Honestly, I almost would want to grab some more weights, but I don't feel like going and scrounging for them right now. I don't know what I'm doing. Losing my mind, but not really. I'll do it. I'll do it proud. That was fun. Whew. I worked up a sweat on that one. Your cat stole your seat? Does she think I, I don't know. Sometimes when animals see things moving on a screen, they think food. I'm not sure how big your screen is. All right. Let's do this 300-pound deadlift, low bar deadlift. The hardest part is going to be putting it, well, getting the right position because it's low bar, and then putting it down softly. All right. All right, let's do this. Not bad. I'm gonna have to remember where that. It's about an hour and a half in. I had a nice little dance break there. Realistically, I've just been jamming to music for almost 2 hours with the occasional lift in between. And honestly, that is just what the doctor called for today. A little bit far away, not centered. Push those back in. I'm gonna do one more set of those. Oh, Ratrick, thanks for the follow. I missed it, but I caught you. Thanks for coming out. Oh, and hanging out with me on my home workout journey here. Whew. I got that fan right on me right now. It's heaven. Oh, I'm gonna give myself a good few minutes between this and my next set. Deflating. Deflation. I'll pop it. Now it's coming out the bottom. I'm going to make sure I save this video. Oh, stand up. Oh. Oh. Well, I got some movement through my lower back now doing those. All right, so one more set of deadlifts. Then I'm going to bring out I'll probably do glutes, then quads and hamstrings last. Or I can maybe do like one big superset where I could go glutes, quads, hamstrings, glutes, quads, hamstrings, glutes, quads, and just rust through them really quick. Judge J. I got this, which is my pull-up rack. It's not everything I hoped it would be. For my equipment, I got a squat rack. I have my bench press. I got my travel bench. My bench press also has quad and hamstrings extensions on there. I got my back extension machine. I have my parallel bars. I get a whole bunch of random calisthenics equipment. I got all the elastic bands you could want. This one here is my favorite. It's I use it to warm up my shoulders before every workout. So if you look at my first like 2 minutes of every stream, they're basically all the same. I'm just taking the weight around, moving my shoulders through their plane of motion. Maybe I'll focus on some actual shoulder motions. This guy right here. I'm going to be using this later for glutes. This is a great glute exercise because instead of doing the back extension, you pick yourself up using your ass, and it's you get a really nice squeeze. I have 500 pounds plus in free weights. I got a bunch of yoga mats. I got a stationary bike, which I just melted, so I cannot change the resistance on it. It could be worse, as in I've got some decent resistance on it, but it's in an awkward phase where it's not heavy enough to really go all out, and it's too heavy to just go on the bike and relax. I just moved and I have this electric massager, and the plug on this thing is the same one that goes into my stationary bike, but this thing takes 25 volts. My stationary bike takes 9, and I put the 25 volt output into the 9 volt stationary bike, and after 40 minutes on the bike, suddenly it started smoking and the display went off. And everything is controlled electronically, so I just hit the buttons and it does the thing. Well, now I was looking at it. To buy a new one would cost me $1,000. So it's looking like I could buy a new control board and get somebody to put it in for me, and the whole thing would cost me about $100. But I have to get the part from Quebec, so that's a hassle. All right, so I'm gonna do my last deadlift set here. I started off, did plenty of squats, did some back extensions. I was doing some calisthenics at a playground earlier today. I was doing, I probably did like 10 minutes of the human flag. Well, maybe not full 10 minutes, but my mid and lower back is stiff from grabbing the weight and then like lifting my, like picking myself up with my core and then squeezing. So I struggled a little bit with my squats, but my deadlifts are coming along just fine. So 300-pound low bar deadlift. It's just weird doing a low bar deadlift when you're used to the standard Olympic deadlift, but let's go. Oh, my poor hands. Yeah, with the low bar, that feels at least like 375. Um, my bike isn't that big. I like it because it's not very long, but it also fits my body dimensions very well. So I was a little bit picky when I was choosing my stationary bike because there's so many options you get out there. They're all just a little bit different here and there. Well, this one might not fit a lot of people as well as it fits me, but it's just comfortable. And it's more tall than it is long. All right. Um, it's a Health Rider. Oh, I might get this wrong, but I believe it's a 25X, HR 25X. Not quite sure. I wrote everything down and I made some phone calls on my lunch break, and I left my paper of everything I wrote down at the office today. All right, so I think I'm going to filter. I'm going to do glutes, then quads, then hamstrings, glutes, quads, hamstrings, glutes, quads, hamstrings, and then I will do my calves, and that will be the rest of my leg workout. All right. I'm in Canada, yes. But yeah, I tried switching the proper cord back, like the proper plug back to the bike, and it was still smoking. It just didn't smoke regularly, but every so often if you puff a smoke, that poof, and you could see it like sizzle out of the fan, and then you'd smell it for a couple seconds, and then it would dissipate. Well, yeah. So you've been watching for about a month then. A month ago was when I was preparing to leave my old apartment, and then the craziness that followed. I ended up dropping 8 pounds in the process of moving between apartments. Between a Thursday and a Monday, I was working out 2 to 3 hours a day, and I was moving, carrying things up and down 3 flights of stairs, and just cleaning for like 14 hours a day. And all that was just basically cardio. And I dropped 8 pounds. And after I was done, my appetite was through the roof. For a good week and a half, well, maybe not a good week and a half, maybe for a good week, maybe a little bit more, I was craving 4,000 calories a day just to be satiated. As my body wanted to quickly put back on that weight. All right. So I'm going to move my camera a bit. I'm right in the middle of Canada. Good old MD Manitoba. I got to visit the border yesterday. Got a little bit too much sun. I went to Emerson, Manitoba to go lay out. I got plenty of family in Alberta. Okay, so I'm going to change my camera a little bit because what I want to show how I pick myself up with my butt muscle. So I'm not even going to be, like for this, I'm not necessarily focused on, say, having like having a flat back. For this one, I'm going to let myself just hang and I'm focused on picking myself up by squeezing the glutes. And then right here, like it's just rock hard squeezing, point where it almost hurts. The glasses fall off. And I'm gonna switch between plus when I use that bike, I'm trying to burn 1,000 calories as fast as I can. So I put the resistance up. And like I put the resistance up until I'm struggling, and then I push as hard as I can for like an hour, hour and a half. And with how hard I pushed that bike, it started to click a little bit inside. So it's like click, click, click. And I'm going to be doing that with basically any bike, unless I'm spending like $5,000 on a bike. But I've had that bike for like a year and a half, and I've put that thing through hell. Like that's my preferred cardio. When the pandemic first happened, I was doing all my cardio outside, but what I would do is I don't even stream my cardio. So all my cardio, I don't stream it. I just do it. And what I'll do is I'll put on a movie, and I'll have a movie right in front of me, and I'll bike, watch a movie, hour and a half movie, good. Move on with my day. Yeah. All right. So I want to have myself set up so I can just switch between stations. So this is my quad and hamstring station. I always start off with oh, thanks for the follow, Fox Galactic. How are you doing tonight? Uh, I haven't really had to because I've had a lot of my weights already existing, but my squat rack took me bloody forever to get because of the pandemic. So like my squat rack, I ordered it at the beginning of the pandemic, and I was supposed to get it in December, and then I didn't get it till like March. My my squat rack came from China. It was the cheapest of the best, like tiny squat rack that you get, right? Like I don't have the room for a full squat rack. My So the plan is right now for I'm going to save up money for a year or two and then look to buy a house. And my dream was is to like have a squat rack where I can do muscle ups on and have it set up so bench, squat, deadlift, shrugs, whatever I want to use it for, as well as having a cable set up to it too, so I can do flies. Um, Before the pandemic, uh, cables were a staple in my training program, and without it, I had to really switch things up. I got mine from Amazon. I don't know what company. Um, same with this. This is a Sunny Health and Fitness uh, back extension machine. Hey there, Frog Galactic. Thanks for the follow. Glad you could come out tonight. The back extension was bloody cheap. It was like 40 bucks, and it was the best purchase I've ever made. I can use that for my bicep too. Like if I lean over it, I can isolate the bicep, back extensions, glutes, and 2018 when I herniated my disc when I tore my glutes, back extensions were my savior. But not back extensions, but training my glutes. I tore my glutes, and on the back extension, like I would guide myself with my hands, but without that, I don't know how long it would have taken me to recover. Yeah, and then the best thing about this thing is it folds up. So this thing here folds. So I just stick it against the wall, and that, right? Stick it against the wall, takes up no space. All right. So I'm just warming up my quads and my hamstrings right now. Just not very much weight, just starter weight. I'll have to change my camera for my next set. No, that's the best angle. Yeah. I've got a whole bunch of chest exercises I do now, not with cables, but with elastics. All right, so I'm going to set this guy up again. I want to do my. There is the hole. There it is. You know, I suppose you could probably use this for abs too. I've never even tried. I don't like it already. I don't like it. No, I'm not even doing it. If you want to do that, use that giant ball that people use instead. All right, let's add some weight to this. Oh. Whoa! Almost tilted my bike over. Yeah, I was probably just sitting there just wagging it. This thing's tipping on me. Oh, that's why. Yeah, once I get enough weight on this thing wants to tip on me, so I got to be careful. It gets a little bit sketchy really quick. All right, stay. Yeah, I like owning my own stuff, but the hardest part was enjoying my home workouts. Right, like at the gym, I love the gym. Like I go there every time. It's like the time of my life. I'll go at the same time every day. I know the same people that I've been seeing for like the entire 9+ years I've been training, and I started working out at home with just a pair of dumbbells, and I did it every day. It was perfectly fine for me. I enjoyed it. But once I went to the gym, it was really hard to go back. And I would often work out of town, and I would just bring the weights with me, and I would train in the hotel or wherever I was staying. But that was just for okay a couple days, and then I'm back to the gym, right? Where I lost a lot of motivation once we went into full lockdown. Like it was tough, and I I dropped like a lot. I went from 225, 230 pounds to like 180 pounds from like September to January, and before I finally picked myself back up. And right now I'm 190 pounds. I put back on about 10 pounds of muscle, and I've been basically maintaining while just trying focusing on getting a little bit stronger every day. Um, but I'm not used to training below 200 pounds. This thing pinches my skin a little bit. That's the hassle with this thing. Hamstrings often becomes not how much you can lift, but how much pain you can tolerate from this edge on your quads. I'm a I'm 190 pounds, 5'11", and I remember in October last year, I was doing one-arm pull-ups at 200, or one-arm pull-ups at 230 pounds. Then I dropped to 180, I couldn't do one arm pull-ups again. I started training again. I started streaming in January, and like streaming was able to get me focused on showing up every day. So for the month of January, I lifted weights on stream I lifted weights on stream for 45 hours, but I did about another 15 hours that was lost because my internet connection was shoddy at the time. And what happened is once I started, everything else started to fall in place, and suddenly I didn't need the streaming to work out anymore. So now I'm fine to just pump out a quick workout. Like I don't have time today, or maybe I'm just too mentally tired to really put myself out there. I'll just go home, do my workout, move on with my day. And I'm thankful that streaming has given me the enthusiasm to do that. Heavier. That's the first. Most people don't think I'm 190 pounds, or because like especially since a lot of the calisthenics I'm doing, it's stuff that's basically tailored for people that are like 150 pounds and full of muscle. Um, but I'm I'm good at pull-ups. That's my forte. All right. This is going to be like full rolling my quads and doing hamstrings at the same time. Oh. Okay. I did. Yeah. Well, I guess it wasn't all resistance training. I did my stretching on stream too. Yeah. And as well as my first month, I also did a bit of cardio, but I found the cardio streams a little bit. So wasn't 60 hours of resistance training. It was probably I'd say it was probably 35 hours of resistance training at least, maybe more. And my first month was basically supersets. So I would like superset this or superset that, and I would have no breaks in between exercises in my stream. And so I would pick exercises. I picked my workouts so that I could just keep going with nonstop action the whole time. And then I also had my pull-up days where I didn't do any weighted pull-ups. I just tried to do as many pull-ups as I could before I fatigued. And I was fatiguing at like 100 pull-ups, which was really disheartening for me. But what I would do on my earliest streams, I would go on the stationary bike and I would turn on an audiobook and I'd let you guys listen to an audiobook the same time that I would, and I'd sit there and just push myself as hard as I could. But at the same time, training at home has been a lot different than what I'm used to at the gym. At the gym, I like lifting heavy weights, and that's what I'm used to doing, but I don't have access to those same setups here. I do have a weight vest. Um, Back when the pandemic first started, for shits and giggles, I would put my weight vest on. I have a 25-pound weight vest, and I have a 40-pound weight vest, and I have two 5-pound wrist weights. And what I would do is I want to see how far I could walk while doing lunges with my 40-pound weight vest on. And what I would do, I got myself up to 1.5 kilometers of doing lunges, where I lunge and I just walk, lunge like I was stepping by lunging. And the 40 pounds on, doing 1.5 kilometers. I didn't get there right away, but it was in the summer. I lived right next to a pedestrian walkway, and Mister, how's it going? I liked my weight vest. I did all my workouts outside when the pandemic first started. Um, I just bring my weights outside and go work out. I was still motivated. We were in lockdown, but the weather was nice. And then the gyms opened up again, and I was hitting the gyms really hard. I was training for a 600-pound deadlift. That was my goal, and I had myself up to 575 pounds, and I was still getting stronger relatively quickly because I was still recovering from my injury in 2018. And so as the injury was repairing itself, I was just constantly getting stronger. Like my weights were going up. Everything was getting easier. So 575 pounds, aiming for 600. Then the second lockdown hit, and then I just crashed. I stopped my eating. I stopped my training, and that was the first time since I started training that I was not lifting weights for a reason that was like just from my own lack of motivation. I don't. I've had the option to compete. That's really not why I train. I enjoy the process. I enjoy what training allows me to do. I want to feel like the juggernaut where I can just run through a wall if I want to, right? I want to be able to. When I first started off, I started off strictly with bodybuilding. I didn't like it because bodybuilding isn't really a functional sport. You focus on a lot of showy muscles that inhibit a lot of performance. Like I had so much bulk up here, I couldn't lift my arm over my head. It would just squeeze, and I didn't like it. So I train a mixture, like a hybrid of strength training and bodybuilding. Yeah, see, like that amount, like doing 1.5 kilometers of lunges takes a long time. And then when 1.5 kilometers was easy, I would do my lunges, and I would make it more difficult on myself by like doing my lunge, right? Come up with one foot up, and then step again, and then do another lunge. And it's not like I was gaining crazy muscle doing that, right? Like you need hypertrophy to build muscle, and I would break down the muscle tissue, but it was just like my legs would burn and I just keep going, but it's basically very inefficient, and I knew that, but I was just having fun. I just set a challenge for myself and set about doing it. You're cutting right now? Yeah, I'm preparing myself to cut. Um, Later this year or early next year, I'm going to do an aggressive cut to get down to 5 to 7% body fat. Take a bunch of pictures and then move on with my life. Because I've been 5%, well, I've been 225 pounds with an 8-pack. So, like right now, you can see 6 abs. Well, I got another 2 that are buried under this fat here. And not only do I have to get like below sub 7% to see them, I also have to train my abs quite a bit harder to have them grow enough to actually pop out. Um, it's it is a little bit on the joints, but it's not. I'm not really grinding my joints, and with functional movements, like my knees were actually really healthy. Like my knees felt good because with something like a lunge, if if you don't understand what you're doing, a lunge can very quickly injure you, or just and or it can become destructive to your joints. And it comes down to the like where your center of mass is, and where the stress vectors are, like through the mechanics of your body. So like I'm doing my lunge, right? This, but like this is really easy on the knee. But as soon as I started to dig into the knee, like right here, I had a lot of stress in my knee, where it goes from like a 1 to like a 9 in a second. I don't really have that loose skin. I just got a little bit of fat at 11% body fat. I'm gonna do my next set, but once once I have full access to the gym again, I'm gonna keep streaming, but I will go back to more of the training regimen that I'm used to, where I like when you enjoy what you do, you're gonna push yourself harder, and you're gonna get the results accordingly. Right now, I'm just focusing on just getting enough protein and maintaining my calories. And I'm not necessarily calorie counting right now. In January, I was calorie counting because I switched up my diet, where like my staple foods would be a lot of vegetables, a lot of whole foods, and this and that. Well, I ended up buying a bodybuilder's cookbook that has more fun type foods, where it's stuff that tastes like I can make protein ice cream. I make my own protein bars. I make French toast. Uh, Basically, it's focusing on high filling, low calorie foods, something that fills you up so you have a nice, full, happy belly while not having very many calories in your system, while at the same time stimulating your taste buds by having like if you have a 1,000 calorie batch of very filling food, if you put in like 100 calories of something that's not so healthy but it's tasty, that little bit of taste sort of blends in with the rest, and it doesn't really have that big of an impact on you. Yeah, yeah. And with the world shut down, I never used to have to worry about my cardio either, because I would go dancing. I did partner dancing where I would dance for like 7 p.m. until like 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, multiple days a week, and I just like and nonstop, just moving my body. Uh, sometimes I have more, I don't know, stubbornness than sense, and it's like, hey, let's try this out, make a goal, do it. And the thing is I've actually maintained some of the benefits from a year ago when I was doing those lunges. So I've still got some of the benefits from that in my knees. And even if it's just like my nervous system Oh, yeah, yeah. The most I've ever suffered was with diet, but it wasn't cutting, it was bulking. And I've been 5% body fat where at 5% body fat, you are starving and you are not happy. Some people can function at that. Ask away, flummoxed. Um, I may or I'm it may be something I'm more knowledgeable on or not, but I'll give you my opinion. But like 5% body fat, you are suffering, and there's some people who have better who have really good genetics where they can function at 5%. Most people, once you get past 7, like even some people have after 10% or 15%, depending on how many fat cells you have in your body and how they're distributed, what happens is your body's like it goes into starvation mode and it shuts down. It's like don't use any energy, and you become lethargic and it just becomes hard to move. Um, for myself, that happens at 7% body fat, and then everything after that, it's just right now. I feel like I could run through a wall. 5% body fat. If you're driving, shoulder checking, that's too much work. Um, but where I suffered more, I was on a 5 to 6,000 calorie a day diet for 3 years, and that was rough. And I was very driven and basically a maniac, where going like eating the last meal at midnight at 12:30 in the morning, going to bed absolutely stuffed, waking up at 5:30 in the morning, still full, just to eat some more. Your brother's 14 years old and he started doing bodyweight exercise at home. Um, a lot of that flummoxed is semantics. Um, if you want to build muscle, you need hypertrophy. So you need to tax your muscles to near. Oh, that was. You need to tax your muscles near failure, and the more volume of that you get in, the more results you're going to get in. And often, a lot of people who get the results, it just comes down to like how hard they try. Some people might not even have the best program, but they are putting themselves in. But there's a program that they enjoy that they can keep at and be consistent for like month after month, year after year, and they get the results from that. And so you train hard, but then there's the recovery portion. So you need to train hard, break down the muscle, give it stimulus to grow, but then you need to recover. And the one thing that can happen is if you're doing full body exercises every day, you can be overtraining to the point where you're never giving your body a time to rest and restore and repair itself. But as long as you're cognizant of that, you can work around that. It just takes some fine tuning. And like if you're doing full body exercise every day, you might be doing some pulling every day. Well, you got to watch out for your forearms. You start getting tendonitis, you're done. You can't use your arms anymore. Yeah. Whew. Didn't he? Um, Body weight can get you very far. Like there's ways like with calisthenics, there's you can add more variations to make it more difficult. You could you like as you build more muscle, you're going to weigh more, and as you weigh more, you're carrying more weight. You can get more volume in, but sometimes it might be you start off and if you're doing push-ups and you start failing at 7, right? Great. 7 is going to be enough push-ups to stimulate muscle growth. Well, then later you're going to get to 15 to stimulate muscle growth, and then finally you're going to 30 is where you're going to start to fail, and then after that you're going to start to stimulate muscle growth. Where if you can do 100, right, like you've stopped obtaining hypertrophy with your muscles, but there are ways you can make it more difficult. You can do one arm. There's a people who do calisthenics can build really great bodies. Um, and thanks for the follow there. Little Stublet, um, Izzy Do, and Medinhi. You don't necessarily need rest days during the week, depending on how you train and how hard you train. Um, but you need to recover. And there are many different ways you can go about it. Like a very efficient way is to do a push, a pull, a leg day, rest. Push, pull, legs, rest. Push, pull, legs. And how much set you do and how much reps you do, you can play around with that. And 80% of it is just showing up every day and being consistent with it. That's 80% of the way there. The other 20% is filling around with semantics and how hard you try, as well as not injuring yourself. Because if you're injured, then you're not training. And what I would recommend for anybody who's starting out, rather than the program, pick a program that you enjoy and just go with it, right? Give it an honest shot. There are hundreds of really good programs out there that you can follow. The program that's best for me might not be the best for you, but pick a program, but instead focus on the exercises themselves. Learn that mind-muscle connection. Learn what it feels like to actually contract that muscle. Learn the exercises properly. So if you're doing a squat, learn how to learn how to hinge, learn how to go down, learn how to get all the body mechanics down right, and get a lot of volume in for each of those exercises, so that it becomes second nature, and you have those motor patterns then ingrained in you. And then from then, the next step is to learn what is failure for you. How hard do you have to work before you start to get to failure? Because most people who are starting off underestimate how hard that they have to work to get to failure. All right, let me get caught up in chat here. One of the most, yeah, like people who are doing calisthenics, like you can build great bodies because like there's a lot of variations you can do. Like just the push-up, right? Like just doing a regular push-up, if you're doing it properly, you can build a lot of muscle before you start to taper off. Before you start to plateau, you can build a lot of muscle just with the regular push-up. And you can get full range of motion if you want. If you want to make it harder, there's tons of tricks you can do. Like you can get more shoulders into the push-up. You get your body above the right, and the motion come. All right. Yeah, like there's different philosophies behind like strength training versus bodybuilding. Whether you train the muscle first and then the strength comes after, or whether you focus on the nervous system, which is where the strength comes from, getting more muscle fibers involved in the lifts, and then the muscle comes later. Yeah. Thing though, right? Like for as many pushing exercises as he's doing, he's going to need pulling exercises as well. There's tons of variations of pulling exercises you can do. For myself, I like my parallel bars. I'll invert my feet and I'll do rows with my own body weight. And you can change the angle. You can put a bar and you can, like if you want, you can focus on your rear delts. All right, that's this muscle right here. But like if you can get some bands, you can do some work that way. Pull-ups are a great exercise. Muscle-ups are more technique than it is actually muscle. Like you need muscle to do a muscle-up, but it's mostly technique. And then even then, you can't do a lot of them because you blow out your elbows. You do your planches, like planches. I can't even pronounce them right now, but like there's a lot of work that you can do. But it also depends on how much you weigh. I don't necessarily have a program right now. Um, there's a guy that I saw his program. Let me see if I can find his program. I'll give you a good push pull program, that push pull legs program that you may or may not be able to do based off of the equipment that you have. But once again, it's showing up every day, or not showing up every day, but oh man, where is this video? I Oh, it's not okay. Last 7 days. Okay, I forgot that it's after midnight. I'm looking for a video that I saw that was pretty good. I'm going through my history right now. This might take me a good minute. It's Jeff Nippard. Maybe I should just look on his. All right, I'm looking for it. Okay, I'm just gonna look it up on YouTube. So this is the type of program that I would be more inclined to do. Yeah, it's 4 days old. And sorry for the. So this is the type of exercise that type of program that I would more gravitate towards. Yeah, good technique. Don't hurt yourself, right? Um, if you want to do a deadlift, there's a fine tune between being injured and not being injured when you're picking up heavy weights, and you need to learn how to protect your spine. That's a big thing, but like I said, my recommendations for beginners: you're starting out, learn the exercises, learn them properly. Like even a push-up, learn how to do a proper push-up. Right? You see a lot of people they'll do their push-ups, and they're doing this. Like even if you have a straight back, if you're coming here, this is wrong. This is a lot of stress, where it doesn't necessarily. Not well. It's a little bit of a variation, but there's ways to do that variation while doing it right. And like when you're pushing, the body mechanics, you don't really push here. This is awkward. Pushing in one straight line is awkward. Most lifts, the weight comes straight up and down over the center of mass. Most lifts, not when you're pushing, because of how the shoulder gets involved. When you're pushing, there's tricep, but there's also this motion here of the shoulder. So as you push, you want the weight to become stacked over the arm, over the shoulder. And I've killed my camera. I'll just make faces at it until it goes. I need to shave. Anyways, I am going to finish off my sets here. I've really enjoyed my first probably 3/4 of my workout was just straight dancing, and then once everyone came and talked with me, then I'm happy to talk with you guys. But that program I sent you isn't necessarily my program, but it's something similar to what I would do. Except for myself, I somewhat I like my free weights, but I also like my cables. So I would be doing more cable work in my push and my pulls. But that's also a program that, like, when you're starting off, one thing I didn't mention, when you're starting off, don't try to kill yourself right out of the gate. You want to like if you push yourself too hard, you're not going to enjoy it, and you're not going to keep coming back day after day. And sometimes you just need to build up the base. You need to build up the strength to be able to train 6 days a week. Like I remember when I was training 4 days a week, and that's all my body could handle. And then I worked myself up to training 5 days on, 1 day off, and that was my training program for years. 5 days on, 1 day off. Oh. This here is pain on the quads. The edge, this becomes not so much how much you can carry with your quads or with your hamstrings, it becomes how much pain you can tolerate on your quads with the edge rubbing in there like a foam roller. Perfect. Uh-oh. This thing is very precarious. I gotta be careful. But I'm thankful that you're on here, Judge, giving your insight as well when people ask questions. I'll switch my nuts. I'm really focusing on my glutes right now, picking myself up by squeezing my ass. All right. It's going to be interesting. Normally after my leg workout, the next couple of days, I'll spend 5-10 minutes on the bike, just going lightly to get some blood pumping through my legs, and that'll help with my recovery. Keep me from getting stiff like 2 days later. But my bike is broken. I can't change the resistance on it, and it's a little bit too heavy to really comfortably just pump some blood through my legs. I gotta say, I've really enjoyed this stream. The first maybe hour and a half, 2 hours was one big, like I just, one big non-stop dance. I was dancing, and in between dancing, I go lift some weights. And then after that, I had you guys come on and talk to me here. And then it's back to more a regular stream. Oh. It's killing me. It's killer. I'm just whining. I'm gonna overthink. Okay, enough of that. This will be my last set of this, and then it'll be half. Except I might do that off stream because I need a bathroom break. All right. I gotta finish in the theme of the stream. This is just enjoy the music. Let's get some room to move. All right. Let's find somebody to raid here. Appreciate everybody coming out tonight. There's nobody that let's find somebody I've never seen before. I see some yoga. There's myself. Let's send you to this guy here. Looks like he's putting in some good work. All right. Oh, I've had good music today. Ending the stream right now.
32.
Yeah.
I didn't even realize.